again today.
As he always does. Good night.
Wait! Come on, don't be so cold. It's only 8 p.m. It's too early to be sleeping now. Listen to my story for a bit, please. I'm dying to talk to someone.
I'm not trying to be bored to death. All you ever do is repeat the same story over and over again.
All the more reason then. It's become sort of like our routine now. We can't stray away from routine, can we?
I never signed up for wasting my time on some burdensome routine.
Sheesh, just treat it as a nightly bedtime story. Everyone loves those. You can't go to bed peacefully without hearing a bedtime story first, right?
How old do you think I am? We're not kids anymore. Besides, you're just full of cringe-fest stories every time you text me. Are you trying to curse me with nightmares?
Of course not. Why would I want to curse you with nightmares? They give me such pleasant dreams each night that just the thought of it makes me shiver in excitement.
Okay, stop right there. I don't need to know anymore. You know, just because blabbering about how hot Evan is every night helps you sleep well at night, doesn't mean it has the same effect on me. In case you didn't notice, not everyone has the same obsession as you. After having to listen to you every day, my ears start to bleed the moment you open your mouth.
Aw, come on. Don't say that. How can your ears bleed if you can't hear me speak? Texting doesn't produce sound. Not to mention, obviously, I can't talk about this at the office. So this is the only time I can actually gush about it.
Stop lying, Sasha. No one would believe that no matter how many times you say it. You hardly hold back even at the office. He's the first thing that comes out of your mouth in the morning and the last thing at night. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard you fangirl about him with how loud you speak.
Really? I didn't notice it at all. When you put it that way, maybe that's just me unconsciously trying to get the words out to him.
Uh-huh. Thought so. Well, that's your problem solved. Good night.
Huh? How is it solved? I said wait, didn't I? Don't jump to conclusions yet. Today I have something a little different I wanted to talk about. It's something really special.
Sure it is. Do you think I'd believe that after the first thing you text me being, "He's so hot"?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. This is something absolutely different. I promise I'm not going to fangirl this time.
If you say so. So, what's up? Is it still about Evan?
Of course it is! I've got great news. Today, our eyes met for the 30th time.
Sorry, I think I just swallowed some puke. I should have known better than to trust you.
Aw, don't be like that. I swear it's happening more often this past month. He must have started noticing my presence. My chance might be getting closer.
From a glance? Are you sure he didn't just think your boisterousness was annoying and couldn't help but look over?
Definitely not. More like he was enamored by my passion.
That's the funniest thing I've heard from you tonight. Seriously, Sasha. As long as that makes you happy.
You're ignorant to love as usual. You'll never get a boyfriend at this rate.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but I am already engaged.
What? What the heck? Why have you never said anything to me?
I only just got engaged this past week. So I was planning to tell you soon anyway, but I didn't think this was the way I was going to tell you about it.
Oh, I'm so jealous. You're definitely inviting me to the wedding, right?
Even though your crazy obsession with Evan makes me want to puke, yes, I was planning on inviting you.
That's great! But I never even knew you were in a relationship. How could you have kept that from me all this time? Don't I tell you everything? That's so mean. You have to introduce him to me next time.
Sure, we can go out to eat together sometime soon. But you have to promise me that you won't suddenly start talking about Evan the entire time. You wouldn't shut up about it the last time I invited you out with my ex. The mood got so stale.
Oh, come on! You know I can't promise you that.
Why not? There are so many other interesting topics to talk about. If you keep being so persistent about this paltry fixation of yours, you'll just end up being cringy and off-putting. How do you not realize that?
That's just nonsense. How would I be cringy? If you think about it logically, what man wouldn't want to know what kind of person his fiancé works for?
Huh? What kind of joke is that? What man would even care about such a minor detail? If it was what kind of company she worked at instead, it would be more reasonable.
What are you talking about? Such a man definitely exists. No, they should exist. Especially if the boss is someone like Evan. Who wouldn't be intimidated by a captivating man like him?
If you're sure about that. You know, you've really changed a bunch since starting at the company. Whether at the office or out in public, all you ever talk about is Evan. Don't you ever get bored of it? After so long, you must have, even by a little.
That's never going to happen. I could never get bored of talking about him. After all, everything about him from head to toe is just my type.
You've been like that since the day you got hired. It's been 5 years already, you know?
Really? It's been that long? I've been nurturing my love for him for half a decade then.
Your passion as his fan is overwhelming. However, I do have to admit that he's quite the looker, so I get your attraction towards him. He's even got a lot of admirers outside the company, too.
Exactly! Actually, I prefer to be called an admirer as well, not a fan. We're lucky to be able to be in his presence every day. All the women gossip about it all the time. Have you finally realized how amazing Evan Yates is?
Can't say I did, actually. I usually just ignore his presence. Since it has nothing to do with me, I don't really pay attention to all the gossip either, but I do wonder what other women in the company are talking about. As for being amazing, besides being in good shape, I can't really pick out anything else.
Hey! Are you trying to tell me he has nothing else going for him? Even if it's you, I won't forgive any bad-mouthing.
Okay, sorry.
But I still got to hear some good news from you after my nightly report. Which reminds me, congratulations on your engagement, Elle!
Thank you.
Let's go out for dinner sometime after work. I know a good place that just opened up recently. And you better bring your secret fiancé as well. I'm dying to see his face.
Okay, I'll ask him when he's free. Talk to you later.
Bye! Ellie, OMG, 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 OMG!
What is it?
OMG, OMG! Oh my God!
Will you calm down and just tell me what the heck happened?
I just found out that Evan and I were fated to be together. We used to be lovers in a past life. Oh my God! My heart is going to burst out of my chest! I can't breathe!
What the hell? Sasha? Ew, stop being so creepy. What craziness are you suddenly going on about? Also, didn't you take a day off today?
You're right. I did take a day off, and I'm not doing any crazy talk. What I said was true. To find out my fate, I went to get my astrology sign and palms read today.
What? Wait, you mean you went to a fortune teller? And you paid for something as absurd as palm reading?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I guess I didn't realize how serious you were about that kind of stuff. So, was it the fortune teller that told you about being fated with the president?
Yep. Oh my God. The moment she said that, I just couldn't contain my excitement. I had to tell you the great news immediately. Isn't it great?
How would I know? It just sounds like some sham to me. I mean, who even believes in fortune telling nowadays anyway? They only tell you what you want to hear. And even if it is true, what if she meant a different guy? There are a lot of people named Evan Yates out there. Evan isn't special.
Hey! He's special to me. and I made sure she had gotten the right person. I gave her all his necessary details. His birthday, mother's maiden name, favorite food, you name it. There's no way she meant any other person but my beloved Evan. Just thinking about being fated to him just gives me the shivers.
You're giving me the shivers with how creepy you sound. How did you find out all of that information anyway? I don't think any of that was ever published.
As his #1 admirer, of course I have my ways of finding out. This is the least I need to know about my man.
I'm not sure if that's really the case. Just make sure you don't go overboard, Sasha. Don't go crossing any lines with your infatuation.
No! What do you mean by that?
Don't misunderstand me. I don't mean whatever you're thinking right now. I'm just speaking with your well-being in mind.
I know. I was just joking. Whether as an admirer or an employee, I don't plan on crossing any lines.
Give me a break. Somehow when you say it, even as a joke, it's not that funny. You do understand that your actions speak volumes, right?
Yeah. I'll be more careful.
Good. Oh, by the way, earlier I stopped by your sales department for some work. I heard you've been taking quite a few days off lately. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. I didn't tell you about it. I have indeed been taking days off. So it was my colleagues who told you that? Did they mention anything about me?
No, they didn't go into anything specific. More like they asked me about you instead, thinking I had all the answers. Since you have been taking a lot of days off recently, they've been wondering if you had gotten a boyfriend or something. If that were true, I'd be the first to jump for joy. But it was definitely a surprise to see how big of an impact your liveliness actually had in your department. Oh, in case you're wondering, they didn't ask anything weird, so don't worry.
So everyone has been gossiping about me? Oh my. I took a few days off and now everyone thinks I have a hot boyfriend. What do I do now?
I mean, I wouldn't say it got that far.
I don't want people to start misunderstanding anything. What if Evan thinks I'm cheating on him?
I don't think you need to worry about that. They were wondering if you had actually gotten a boyfriend only because of how crazy you are about Evan. Taking days off meant seeing less of him. If you were okay with that, then wouldn't that mean you had at long last gotten over him?
Huh?
They were really happy at the thought of you finally finding love somewhere else. Good to know I wasn't the only one that found your obsession annoying.
What the heck?
There's no use getting offended. Everyone just wants you to be happy.
Did no one think that I was out with him at all?
Him? You mean Evan? Of course not. Why would anyone think that?
Well, whatever. There's no point in gossiping about my love life. He and I were lovers in a past life. So we're forever connected by the strings of fate, and nothing can ever tear us apart. My mind just can't stop thinking about it.
Strings of fate, huh? Everyone's concern is wasted on you. Anyway, I have to get back to work now. Don't forget, no crossing any lines, got it?
What? Stop that! You worry too much. I'm not going to be doing anything weird. See you later! Ellie! Oh my god! I'm so frustrated! You have to listen to what's been happening to me.
What's up? You don't usually text me on a Sunday.
My parents are being so annoying right now. I just need someone to complain to. So you have to hear me out. They've been pestering me about getting married soon. Seriously, why can't they just let me relax on my day off? I've been terrified of answering any calls because of them.
Really? Well, we are at an age where everyone around us has begun to start their own families. Maybe they're just worried about you.
No way! They don't care about me at all. Who cares about what other people do? They just want me to pump out some grandkids for them without thinking about what I want at all. Ugh! Not happening! I am not marrying whoever they want me to.
Wait, you mean they're trying to arrange your marriage? In this day and age? Wow, that's rare.
I know, right? They're trying to ruin my life.
Maybe they're just worried about your obsession with Evan. Knowing you, this might have been their only solution. An arranged marriage might even help you get over it. Who knows? Maybe the guy will end up being hotter than him.
Seriously? You said the exact same thing as my mom. You're so mean. The least you could do is support me over them. Besides, I already have a boyfriend, you know. We even promised to be together forever.
What? Wow! You have a boyfriend? Why didn't you tell me this sooner? I never heard anything about it from you. You keep badgering me about introducing all my boyfriends. The least you could do is do the same.
Sorry about that. It happened pretty recently. My wish finally came true. I really wanted to tell you about it sooner. I was too immersed in bliss to think properly.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by your wish came true?
Oh, come on. You must have figured it out already. You know there's only one man I could ever talk about. Who else could it possibly be?
Huh? Don't tell me.
That's right. My boyfriend is Evan.
What? What the heck are you saying? Are you serious right now? This isn't something you can joke about.
I'm dead serious. I would never joke about being with my love. I've been the happiest I've ever been. My life is so amazing right now. My unrequited love actually loves me back.
I see. So, it's not just another one of your fantasies.
Isn't that great? Everything is real now. You should be happy for me. Don't tell me you expected me to just remain as his admirer from afar my whole life.
Yeah, maybe that's what I thought. I don't think I've ever imagined the two of you would ever end up together.
The news must have shocked you then. But guess what? He's the one that confessed to me.
Really? So he confessed, huh? But I thought the two of you were barely even acquaintances. Since when did you guys even get close?
As a matter of fact, he was always aware of my existence, and he slowly started liking me back. His love was burning as much as mine, so it didn't take long for him not to be able to hold himself back.
Huh. I didn't think such a thing was possible.
Hey! You can stop being so rude now. Stop treating me like some kind of delusional pervert. Just because it sounds impossible doesn't mean it is. This is my fairy tale come true.
I'm just in shock. I'm thinking back to all the ridiculous stunts you pulled off to get here. How you would squeal like a zealous fanatic every time he walked through the door or passed by your department. Or how you would ambush him outside the company pretending it was a complete coincidence. Is that seriously how it all started?
You got that right. Now, don't you dare begin calling me cringe. My hard work is just finally paying off. It's not a dream any longer. He and I are actually dating now. I get to do all the things I ever wanted to with him. And to him.
Ew, no. Sorry, the cringe is real. Please spare me any more details.
Oh, come on. The least you could do is rejoice in your friend's happiness. Sorry I had to tell you like this. I just finally wanted to let it out finally. I hope you don't mind.
It's okay. I'm good. I wish you happiness.
Thanks! Talk to you later! Oh my god, Ellie! You won't believe what just happened!
What is it this time? Don't tell me. It's about Evan, isn't it?
Of course it is!
Again? Don't expect me to be enthusiastic about any more nonsense chatter this time of night.
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that every time you text me, 10 out of 10 times, it's going to be about him. Unless it's of absolute importance. You gave me no reason to expect anything otherwise. Why wouldn't I react like that?
Ugh, whatever. I am trying to tell you about something super important that just happened.
I'll be the judge of that.
I told you it's super duper important. So just shut up and listen to me.
Fine, I got it. What's this important news about Evan you wanted to tell me?
Get this. He proposed to me.
What? No, wait.
Seriously? I know, right? I'm as shocked as you are right now.
I highly doubt that.
Of course I am. I mean, we just started dating. Surely we're moving a bit fast, aren't we?
I don't think I'm processing this. I need some time to think.
What's more to think about? It's exactly as the fortune teller said. We were lovers in a past life, so now we're fated to be together in this one.
Hey, are you sure he's actually Evan? No matter how good-looking the man is, you can't start calling him Evan just because you want him to be.
Excuse me? I've been his #1 admirer for years. How could I have gotten him mistaken for some damn look-alike?
Well, that is true. No matter how I rationalize it in my head, I just somehow can't believe it. How did he propose to you anyway?
Oh, you don't even have to ask me that. I'm going to tell you the whole story. It was during an entire elaborate date he planned. First, he brought me shopping downtown where all the big brands were at and told me I could get whatever I wanted. So he bought me a few new bags from Balenciaga, shoes from Jimmy Choo, and more clothes from Gucci and Chanel. He didn't even look at the price tags before swiping his credit card each time. Afterwards, he took me out to sea on his private yacht.
Yacht? Since when did he have a yacht?
Why wouldn't he? He's the president of our company. Money means nothing to him.
I guess, seeing how he splurged on you.
Oh my god, it was so frickin' romantic. We spent the time swimming as I seduced him in my new Chanel swimsuit and watched the sunset together.
Ew, too much. Anyway, get to the point. How did he propose? Was it on the yacht?
Although that would have made the experience perfect, he didn't propose until we got back to his place.
His place? You went to his home?
Naturally, since we are dating.
What did it look like?
Well, aren't you curious? He lives in an expensive penthouse overlooking the city. It's not too far away from the office.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
It's not just interesting, it's incredible. It looked like it cost quite a sum of money, too. On top of that, the view is just divine. He set up a candlelight dinner facing the view and whispered sweet nothings to me for hours. That's when he finally proposed to me.
What were the exact words he used?
He said, "Will you please do me the honors of becoming my wife?" Oh my god! My heart just wants to burst. He even said he had been thinking about our future for a long time already. So basically, me becoming his wife is just a matter of time.
Oh, really?
Don't tell me you're still in doubt. Please stop doubting me already.
I'm just speechless.
It really is my beloved Evan. Oh no, just calling him that gives me shivers. I'm going to be Mrs. Yates. On top of that, he said he will properly introduce me at the office tomorrow.
What? He said that?
Yeah. So there's no mistaking it, right? It's 100% him. Just wait for tomorrow and you'll see.
Okay. I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night then. Since my beloved Evan is going to introduce me in front of everyone, I need to get my beauty sleep for the big reveal. I have to look good for both of us. Can't wait! Good night!
Good night. What the heck, Sasha? What kind of joke is this?
Are you already at work? Isn't it a little early?
I had to punch in early today to get some stuff done. I didn't expect to see such a daring company email the moment I arrived. I can't believe you sent this to the entire company.
Didn't I tell you last night? He said he was going to introduce me to everyone today. But I thought of giving him a surprise instead. So I sent that email to everyone ahead of time. What do you think?
What do I think? What am I supposed to think?
I thought long and hard about how to iterate our love story to everyone. After reading it, don't you just find it romantic?
I think when it comes to your love story, I have no say in what romance is anymore.
It's unique, right? You better save the email of your boss's future wife.
Sorry, I'm just blown away by all of this. I need a little time to wrap my head around what's going on. Regardless, I'll definitely be sure to keep your email and never delete it if I ever need a laugh in the future.
Aw, why do you have to say it that way? You're still making fun of me. I was just stating the obvious.
I don't think I ever thought it was going to get this far.
I don't care if you still don't believe me. Just wait until everyone arrives at work today. He will clear everything up. Everyone will have to believe us then. Don't blame me if he punishes you for constantly making fun of us.
All right. I think it's the first time I've ever laughed this much so early in the morning. It wasn't a waste to get to work early today. By the way, where are you right now?
Right now? I stopped by a coffee shop close by. I'm touching up my makeup before I arrive at the office. You just happened to text me as I was finishing up.
You sure are fired up about the whole thing. Well, all I can do is wish you luck.
Thank you! I'll see you in a few hours for the big reveal. This is all a mistake! I was lied to! I didn't think something like this would ever happen. This is the absolute worst!
Looks like you've gotten yourself into quite the pickle. I feel bad about that.
How can you act so calmly about this? I was deceived!
It's because I knew about it from the beginning.
What? You knew? What do you mean? Did you set me up? How could you?
Stop jumping to conclusions. I had nothing to do with what happened. However, that doesn't mean I'm entirely unrelated.
What do you mean?
I never really told you the truth because it was never a big deal to me. And I didn't want to add more to the drama with you. But in reality, Evan is actually my uncle.
He's your uncle? But your names are different.
He's my mom's younger brother, so we have different surnames. My mom's maiden name is Yates. It may not seem like it at first glance because the two have a huge age gap.
Wait. So you knew about him being married as well?
Of course I did. Why wouldn't I know about my uncle's marriage? It was hardly a secret how much you fantasized about being with him. Knowing how big of a fan you were, I could even call you borderline stalkerish. Things like the two of you dating or getting engaged. I thought you were just being outrageously delusional.
What the hell, Ellie? Are you calling me crazy?
I do admit at one point I actually thought you were. Even admirers get a little over their heads sometimes, you know? If you go too far with your insane fantasies, you won't see clearly, even when reality smacks you right in the face. That's why I keep reminding you not to go overboard with your attempts.
How could I possibly have gone overboard?
Not to mention, Sasha, as his self-proclaimed #1 admirer, how could it be possible that you didn't know he was married? I highly doubt anyone in the company didn't know that simple fact.
I did know.
I knew it. So you constantly professed your love to him while knowing he was taken. Initially, when you said the two of you were dating, I thought that you were just making things up. But just in case, I had it investigated only to find out it was actually true. I could hardly believe my eyes when I saw the evidence.
You investigated us?
Yep. Well, it seems like at least the engagement part was still a lie, though.
It wasn't a lie. He was the one that originally confessed to me. He also proposed to me.
My uncle did indeed confess to you first. But when it comes to wanting to get married, it was you who started the whole thing, wasn't it? You coerced him into saying whatever you wanted.
Did he tell you that?
He didn't have to. While he's pretty unreliable, he did well in marrying an amazing woman. When my aunt found out about you, she stuffed a few things in his bag as a precaution.
What? What did she put in there?
Something like a mic and other stuff.
What? She bugged him?
Yeah. From the voice recording, she managed to get a lot of evidence. A bunch of them were you asking him to marry you or to buy you things. You even asked him to buy you a house. The audacity.
She caught all of that?
You're such an idiot, Sasha. How could you even try to get with him knowing he was a married man? That fact alone should have put everything to a stop.
Then why didn't you stop me if you knew? Isn't he your uncle? You could have at least done something to stop it from getting this far.
What made you think it was okay to accept his confession when you knew he was married in the first place?
But I thought that maybe he was going to divorce his wife and finally marry me.
Stop playing these dramatized versions of marriage in your head. You know that such a thing doesn't make sense if you think about it properly.
But I can't help it. You know how much I love him.
My uncle might be loathsome for what he did, but you aren't clear from any guilt either. So you better take responsibility for what happened as well.
What? Take responsibility for what?
You went out with him while knowing he was married, didn't you? His wife is planning on suing you for purposefully interfering with their marital relationship. In other words, you're going to be sued for alienation of affection. I wouldn't blame her either after all the stunts you pulled to get in his favor. Oh, and don't forget about your actual fiancé as well. I hear he's also planning on suing you, but for fraud.
What? What are you talking about? I don't have a fiancé.
Why are you still trying to hide it? Didn't your boyfriend propose to you recently?
How?
How did I know that? You shouldn't make my aunt your enemy. She is very scary when she's mad. She has many contacts in the business, so she made a few calls and got to the bottom of everything. She even contacted your fiancé about everything, you know.
No way! You can't be serious!
After you went on and on about your parents complaining about you not having a boyfriend or forcing you to get married, turns out you were actually already engaged. You're such a liar.
That's not true! I was going to break things off with him soon. I just wanted to be with Evan so badly that I forgot about it.
Even though he was married? Well, he and my aunt are planning to get a divorce anyway, so technically, you could still marry him if you wanted to.
What? He's getting divorced? Then I definitely want to marry him. I'll immediately break things off with my fiancé.
Oh, really? Makes me feel a little nosy. If you're okay with a jobless guy who owns a ton of alimony, then you do you. You're going to suffer a little, but I wish you luck. All in the name of love, am I right?
Jobless? What do you mean by jobless?
In truth, I am actually next in line to be president of the company. My mom is the unnamed CEO and told me that he doesn't do a good job handling the company. So I was put to work here so I could take over sometime in the future. Weren't you regularly keeping watch over him? If you paid more attention to his work than his face, you would have easily noticed. Honestly, not only is he bad at his job, he's also a sleazebag when it comes to women.
Wait a minute.
Obviously what he did is unforgivable. My mom was livid over the whole thing, so he was dismissed from being the president.
He what?
But hey, it's all good now that he has you to support him, right? Since you've always loved him, haven't you? As you've said before, I'm too ignorant about love to understand your devotion.
Even if you say that, supporting him like this is a bit…
A bit what? Now that you found out your darling Evan isn't the president of a company, you suddenly don't love him anymore? That's a bit selfish of you, don't you think?
Hey, aren't I a victim in all of this?
A victim? More like you're suffering the consequences of your own actions. You should know by now that what goes around comes around. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be blocking you after this.
Huh? Why?
Let me tell you that I'm not your ally in this situation. After constantly ignoring my advice, don't expect any more help from me. Goodbye. Sasha's email detailing the actions of her affair with Evan breached company regulations and definitely disturbed a lot of people, so she was fired. My uncle Evan was dismissed from his position as the president, divorced by his wife, and left the company. In the end, the two of them also broke up. With both having to deal with the consequences of their affair, neither ended up living an easy life afterward. On the other hand, I am still working the same as before. In the next year or so, it seems like I will be getting more opportunities to study the work of an executive. I will be doing my very best to get ready for the responsibility. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.